It is colder than cold. It's got to be fucking. It's got to be approaching the single digit degrees. Uh, Definitely talking Fahrenheit here. Plan for today. Some chest. I want to dip my toes back in with chest. And then shoulders like normal. So. If you didn't see the last time I did chest, this must have been maybe, what, a week and a half ago? Not 2 weeks for sure. But basically, went for 4 plates on incline Smith, and I felt super strong. But, you know, sure, you can, if you're one of the commenters, you're doing those reps way too quick. I agree. That's an I told you so moment. I'll admit it. With my heavier loads, I should definitely keep the reps speed under a bit more control. I was getting overzealous. Because, I mean, if you throw 365 up for, 3 warm-up reps, and it feels like fucking nothing, you let's just say you're going to be prone to some overconfidence. But, oh my goodness. So after that first set of that last chest day, there was no more chest to be done. Shit fucking hurt. But now I can flex it pretty hard without feeling any kind of, well, feeling it fucking hurt. Like if you ever pull your hamstring or something, or I guess any muscle, when you kind of flex it, you're either aggravating it or you're not. So for me, if I feel like I'm not aggravating it, then that's my cue that I can use it a little. I'm definitely not going to go jump straight to heavy ass incline pressing, but some light cable flies, get some blood in the area, get it moving around. Don't let the pecs get too stale. Just have them, sit around. I definitely prefer that to just, waiting for what I would kind of describe as just an arbitrary amount of time, and then trying to jump straight back into it. Always probably a good bet to ease in nice and slow with your fucking, let's just say, your caution level raised to the max. Like, okay, how do these reps feel? Do they feel kind of, oh, that feels a little weird, maybe back off. It's stuff like that. So, light chest day, still gonna get a chest pump for sure. At least I think so. But if as I'm doing these cable flies, or whatever else I end up doing, oh, I'm sorry for yawning so much. But as I kind of move some weight around, if I feel like chest ain't ready, then just back off. The last thing I want to do is make it, state worse than it already is. And then shoulders, same shit as normal. Rear delts, side delts. I might throw some front delts in, kind of just for fun, just because I haven't done it for a while. But for the most part, the average lifter, his front delts are overdeveloped, and his rear delts are underdeveloped. So what's that going to cause? It's going to cause sort of a kind of a rounded over look in a way, or you're kind of hunched a little bit. You want your front delts and your rear delts to kind of be in a bit of an equilibrium, so that when you look at them from the side, your rear delts actually have kind of a peak to them. They're sort of rounding out over top your triceps. Because, when you have a good amount of rear delt development, then your shoulders are just going to be, what's the word I'm thinking of here? They're just going to be, they're capped, right? Capped delts. When you see somebody do a front lat spread and there's a real big kind of angular shift from their tricep to their shoulder, like it's just two fucking big ass bumps. That's what I'm talking about there. So shoulders only gets thrown in every so often for me. Relative to my arms, they're just a touch ahead of the game, but I still want to hit them. I'm not just going to skip a muscle group forever. I'll just hit it with a bit less frequency. If you've got a chest that's just far ahead of your back and your arms and your shoulders, then maybe you don't have to hit chest twice a week and you only have to hit it once a week. So everything else can kind of catch up. I've gone through periods of time where I did like months at a time without hitting back, just because my back was a bit ahead of the game compared to, my chest and shoulders. So that's something you just kind of have to be able to determine for yourself. If you kind of have a strong point that's strong enough where you can hit it a little bit less and focus some more energy and attention on the rest of your build and kind of bring it up to par, if you know what I'm saying. So that's the plan there. Moderately chill lift. Definitely less, or definitely more chill than quads last night. I'm still feeling that today. That was a really good lift. I don't know. I was in the zone for those leg extensions. Those were fucking sweet. But let's just go scan in. Hopefully it's not too busy and throw some shit around. All right, so luckily these two cables opened up. I feel comfortable enough to do moderate weight. Like this much weight, I don't feel anything weird. Feels just like normal. But I can guarantee if I really tried to push it weight-wise, and I really tried to get into like a hard set of 10, it'd probably get me. So instead of something heavy, light, squeezing set, burnout. Really, this chest day is very lightweight pump oriented. Right? I don't want to do any more damage, but I do want some blood into the area. So let's just get a couple of these done. Okay. Yeah, a few more here. Am I in frame? Whatever. So since I'm not going so crazy with the volume, or no, with the with like the weights, if my normal chest day would be maybe 7 sets, I think today I may do a little extra, just because I'm not really doing an insane amount of damage, if really too much damage at all with these lighter squeezing sets. But whatever. By the time I feel like I've done enough and I'm fully pumped, we'll find a mirror, bust out some side chests, and then put the shirt back on for shoulders. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh. After not doing chest for so long, these sets fucking burn. Oh, shit. A few more here and then maybe move on to some other kind of variation. One, well, one more, I think, maybe more. Okay. Let's make that a drop set. Okay. Okay. Let's either try some pec deck or wide cable flies, depending on what's open. I think some flies will feel good, but historically, doing pec flies after I kind of pull my pec on a pec deck like this has retweaked me. Because what I end up doing is I go too deep, I get a little bit too much stretch position, and I do the reps a little too quick. So you gotta think, moderate amount of weight, quick rep. Once you get to the bottom, that's a big impulse if you know anything about fucking physics. So I put the handles at the least wide range of motion that there is, and then I'm gonna do very slow controlled reps. Just really focus on the squeeze, not so much a really crazy stretch. Because even though like I feel good, the stuff is healing, it's on the way to, better, it's not 100% for sure. So I don't want to rip out reps like it's 100%. Okay. All right. Let's just call it there for that set. I would love to do some cable flies, but there's a duo camped out on one of the cables. So let's just do one more. At least. Okay. One more, maybe? I definitely don't feel like I've done as much as I want to do, but we'll see. I think one more here.
What's that?
Oh, sorry. Talking to myself.
Oh,
I think one more here. I did a couple feeler reps. Of course, very cautious. I don't want to do anything that's going to hurt me, but 2 plates here feels okay. Same thing with the pec flies. Nice, slow, controlled squeeze. Don't try to go too deep. Let's just get a set in. Oops. Okay. Damn, cables are still taken. Chest is nearly done. I think maybe 2 more or something. Then we can check the pump and start shoulders. But, I don't really want to do another one of these. Didn't hurt, but the cables felt much better. Okay, let's go up there. Okay, that's enough. That's a freaking enough. Let's go pose down somewhere. Okay, so ideal lighting would be right in front of somebody doing a fucking workout. So I'm not that nuts. But the lighting in here is kind of cool too. Certainly not bad. But I couldn't help myself. Pre-pump check, had to go take a piss. And in the bathroom, I kind of gave myself a little spoiler for the pump. This is a fucking good one. Oh, let's get this fucker off. Okay. I fucking love it, man. So this is what I'm talking about. When I say upper chest, I'm talking like all of these fancy pants lines from like mid-pec and above. Everything up here going crazy. I'd attribute the majority of all these freaky ass fucking lines. And I'm not there yet. We're not at the, prime chest shelf where I could take my fucking shaker and balance it. But I'd say we are most certainly on track. Oh my goodness. I'm nice and carved up today too. So the meals consisted of, for one, big ass bowl of cereal, followed by a nap. And then two was half pound of steak, top sirloin, a full family size thing of mashed potatoes, and then 150 grams of clustered dextrin in about half a gallon of water. Dude, I don't want to stop fucking posing. Let me try to get a little more downlighting. Oh my goodness. Oh. Fucking sweet. And this pump is after, a pretty substantial amount of damage done right in here. And I can say, I guess I'll have to see how I feel tomorrow. Sometimes this kind of shit is like, you don't know until a little bit of extra time passes. But based on how that lift felt, I think fucking chest is gonna be A-okay. And that is a pretty good fucking feeling to have. Oh my God. Okay, I'm having too much fun. Let's start shoulders. Dude, oh my goodness. I fucking love it. All right, so if you thought that chest day was repetitive, then shoulders is gonna fucking put you to sleep. So I'm just gonna show one set of each movement that I do. Because if I show you fucking 7 sets of laying face pulls, it's just the same shit back to back. I think you get the gist. But rear delts, I'd say I've got 3 movements in my rotation. Laying face pulls, reverse pec deck, and then bent over lateral raises. So that's where, you grab some dumbbells, you fucking bend over. And same logic as a normal fucking lateral raise, but the fact that you're more, let's just say declined to like 90 degrees, and you're getting all rear delt instead of side delt. But laying face pulls has a special place for me. So that's pretty much what I love spamming. So maybe 3 or 4. Honestly, I kind of do want to do the reverse pec deck a little bit too. So let's just show one of these, and then by the time I finish here, either move on to side delts or another rear delt movement. Try not to hit my head on this fucking upright. God damn, man. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 3 more. And then reverse pec decks, I decided. I was getting ready to do double-sided lateral raises like normal, but it's been a while since I've done, a lot of single arm. So the premise is, bench a little bit above 45, maybe like, I don't know what this is, 70, whatever. Sit on it sideways, and then just one lateral raise at a time. Because you got to think, when you're doing them standing, at the bottom, you got zero tension on your side delts because your arm is just supporting the full weight of the dumbbell. But when you're off axis like this, so you're sitting here, you've always got tension on your side delt. So even though it's the same shit, all you're doing is, here to here, it does feel a little bit different. So I think I'm just going to spam fucking 6 to 8 sets of these. That's all I did with the laying face pulls. I was waiting for the pec deck, but it's still occupied. So, whatever. Let's throw the shit around. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Oh man. All right, so that's just a 35. Yeah, let's for you, let's cut to the pump check. For me, 6 or 7 more of these. Yeah, I ended up just busting out 8 of those side laterals. Dude, just fucking standing here, the shoulders feeling so fucking bulbous. Oh my goodness. Like, I can't even relax. Just having them hang down, like, they just fucking burn. So, let's see how they look fully pumped. And then we get in the car and get out of here. Oh my. So, sometimes I feel like it doesn't really translate to the camera, like what I'm looking at in the mirror versus what I see in the video. But you tell me. I think shoulders are a touch overpowered compared to the arms below. Maybe not too bad, but I mean, that is definitely a fucking considerable amount of mass. Oh yeah, see, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Right there. So front delt, always round, always poking out, probably above the bicep, fully flexed. But rear delt, this fucking big ass lump on the back of my shoulder, that is what I'm going for. That captainous, that is sick. Let's get a side tricep on the other side. Dude, honestly, I can't even fucking like reach behind me. My shoulders are so fucking pumped up. Yeah, I don't think shoulders really need much more work. Dude, holy shit. Now, granted, this is with a crazy shoulder pump and unpumped arms. So, of course, they're going to look extra big. But, dude, yeah. Now, if I can get my arms to the same, like, fucking sort of diameter that my shoulders are at, then I'm going to be having a real fucking good time. Let's bust one of these out. Oh. I'm gonna have to review the footage, see if I hit that right. But dude, chest pumped, shoulders fucking bulbous. Let's get out of here, man. Incredibly successful lift, even with a bit of a, let's call it a, I don't even want to call it a setback. Let's call it a challenge. This little chest tweak, that's not a setback, man. That's not injury. That's just a challenge to be overcome. Now let's get in the fucking car. Right after one more. Dude, holy shit. This is a fucking crazy shoulder pump. Alright, now that was a lift that's making me fucking giddy. Right? I was probably just one little... Just, if there's a touch more pep in my step, I would have clicked my heels when I jumped out of the gym like a fucking cartoon character. Oh, did I just cut this girl off? Whoops. Did not mean it, but what are you gonna do? So, badass lifts. Sorry. Chest felt pretty good. Not to the point where I'm gonna do a bunch of heavy ass reps yet. But in terms of the what I would say my perceived rate of let's just say recovery, but kind of like easing back into it in terms of chest, we are good. We are fucking good. And that chest no, not chest, that shoulder pump should pretty strongly speak for itself on why I kind of chill out on shoulders. I mean, it's badass to have a crazy pair of fucking delts, but I want the arms to match. So shoulders is going to be an every so often type deal. Maybe not every chest day, but maybe some chest days. Honestly, I fucking love hitting shoulders. Maybe I'll just keep doing it anyway and just deal with some imbalance. But pumped to hell, ready to get back home and fucking eat. And then cardio in the morning, back in the evening. We're good. What else was I about to say there? Oh, I forgot to do the most muscular. I forgot I'm most muscular with the shoulder pump. That looks pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I should have busted one of those out. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna freaking do? So, I feel like I had something to say, but I don't know. That lift was pretty seamless. Nothing crazy happened. Everything felt good. Of course, I knew shoulders was going to be good. Shoulders is pretty... I'd say for me, shoulders and back are pretty much guaranteed good pumps. Sometimes chest can be a little iffy if I am not fully hydrated. Same thing with legs and arms. But shoulders and back, man, you could fucking wake me up after a 3-day fast, and I'd still be able to get a gnarly shoulder pump / back pump. So I just gotta go home and eat. Full day of eating. Give me some time, man. Give me some time. But it'll happen. Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say. So I'm always scanning the YouTube comments. So I just read one. When will the cut start? What? When will the cuts start? We're not 260 yet, man. We're not even close to 260. This bulk is just beginning. Honestly, so this bulk particularly, I approached a little bit differently than bulks that I've done in the past, because the last two big bulks I've done were, you know, instantly maxed out the calories. As soon as I stopped my diet, like my cutting down diet, I jumped straight to, 5,000 calories. And then, of course, I pack on some weight pretty quick. But then, after like 3 months or 3.5 months, it just gets to a point where I can't eat enough food to maintain that rate of, weight gain. And then I just end up kind of maintaining a bulked state for like another 3 months or 2 months before I diet down again. So ideally, at least in my mind, right, I want a bulk that looks steady weight gain, steady weight gain, steady weight gain, steady weight gain, and then maybe kind of plateau at the top, stay that weight for like a month, maybe a month and a half, and then diet down. I don't want it to be rapid, plateau, and then, have to cut down after 3 months of staying the same weight. So that's that could be why this bulk is kind of just ramping up a little bit slower, just a little bit slower. But we're getting to the point now where we're getting into the 5,000 calorie range, so we're gonna start filling up. I haven't been completely full of carbs. Well, it hasn't really felt like that up until now. And if you've really eaten in a serious surplus, then you know what it feels like to be really full of of carbs, of glycogen. Because you got to understand, your muscles are full of what? Now, I don't feel like like an idiot to say they're just full of fucking goo. We're talking sarcoplasm, glycogen, intramuscular, just fluids, basically. Right? So what happens is when let's say you've been eating it, maybe not even maintenance calories. Let's say you've been eating it a 500 calorie deficit for like a whole month. All of the little vacuoles and like basic storage centers of your muscles, which usually are full of sugar water, glycogen, right? That's all going to be fucking depleted. So if for 1 week you eat in a fucking 1,000 calorie surplus, right, and you're getting an extra 250 grams of carbs in above your maintenance calories, then before you start really packing on body fat from being in a surplus, what's going to happen is all of your muscular storage, little whatever you'd call them, right, the little shipping containers inside your biceps full of water and sugar, is going to fill up, right? So you're kind of going to be artificially bigger and stronger, but not, well, I say that just because your muscles can vary in size based on this amount of intramuscular fluid. So just because you gain 5 pounds in one day and you're extra full and extra big doesn't mean you gain 5 pounds of muscle. That means 5 pounds of water and sugar, water and glycogen, went into your muscles and filled them up. So yeah, so in a bulking context, I want to work up to the point where I'm in that absolutely full of carbs state fucking perpetually, right? Full of carbs, full of energy. I'm nice and strong, easily, I'm going to have better recoverability. I mean, all those things are adding up to, guess what? More mass, which I fucking love. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the primary directive. That's the, I was about to say goal again. What the hell am I talking about? But, I mean, that's the plan for the bulk. So, yeah. Shit, nothing else to say. So, chest will get back into probably normal weights over the course of time. I don't really want to jump the gun. So the next few chest days are going to be moderate. Now, I'm still going to try to make the sets intense, of course, with the lighter weight, really squeeze. Like, those sets really fucking burned. But I don't want to go so heavy that I re-pull something and then I'm back to square one, if not further behind. So, shit. We're finally back to the normal split. If you haven't, I guess over the last like week and a half, it has looked pretty fucking random. Like I'm just doing whatever I feel like on that day. But that is not the case. That is not the case. So I kind of think this is a silly question because the workouts are literally posted in order of the workout split. But if you don't know what it is, then what I've been doing for a while, actually, I mean, honestly, for like a year, is chest with shoulders sometimes, followed by back, followed by arms, followed by legs. And then that 4 day loop just repeats. So if I need a rest day, if I'm feeling really fatigued, if I'm really kind of sick, or if fucking life just gets in the way and I'm not going to be able to make it, then I'll take a rest day. But assuming I got a good night's rest and I'm nice and full of food, I do not see the problem with training every day. And I do not only say that because of, how I've been training as of late. If you ask I mean, if you ask my fucking parents or anybody who knew me early on in high school when I started lifting how many rest days I took, they'd probably have a little bit of a chuckle at you. So I think if you're a complete beginner and you've never really trained before, then of course you're going to need extra rest days because your ability to recover from your training is at an all-time fucking low. But the better you get at training, the more proficient your body becomes at, taking in energy, aka food and calories, using it to recover all the damage that you did to your biceps, right? Getting some good REM sleep, depositing a little bit of muscle mass, blah 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 blah. The longer you do that, let's say you're doing a basic push-pull leg split. By the time you finish that leg day, honestly, I'd say your push muscles are recovered enough to hit again. But that's just my opinion. If you don't feel ready, then take a rest day. Do whatever the hell you want. It's your training, and you're the one who has to figure out how to do it best for you. So don't just listen to me and say, Sam says no rest days, I take no rest days. Don't just listen to somebody else because they say you need 3 rest days per week. That's a Sure, maybe those statements are based on a pretty solid amount of training time and experience, but that's meaningless if it doesn't apply to your own situation. So I say, fucking, if you're kind of interested in doing no rest day training, just fucking try it for a month, see what happens. If you can tell you're really getting exhausted, you're not ready to lift again by the time that muscle comes around in the split, then throw the rest day back in, man. Right? Or same thing as, or the opposite's also true. If you've been on no rest day training for a while, and you're like, I think rest days could be beneficial for me, then try that shit out. No amount of just random lifter jargon that you watch in one of these videos is going to be more beneficial for you than actually going through the process of trying shit out, seeing the results that you get for yourself, and realizing, okay, this worked for me and this did not. So don't just take somebody's word, even if they're a pretty goddamn reputable source, because at the end of the day, it's just talk until you can apply it to your own training. Now, I'm not going to say people aren't smart. It's not fucking true at all. There's a lot of information out there in all these YouTube videos. You got to remember, I didn't just fucking pop out of nowhere with the training style and methodology and diet information that I have now. Right? I've been watching a fucking bazillion hours of YouTube videos and dieting and bodybuilder training and just everything. But I haven't just sucked all that information in. Right? When you watch these videos, if you lift, honestly, even if you don't look up lifting videos, your phone's probably tracking you when you go to the gym and it knows that you lift. It's going to show you a lot of shit to do with the gym. A lot of fitness content, maybe bodybuilding content, I guess it depends. If you're a power lifter, even if you never type anything powerlifting into your phone, it probably knows you're a power lifter. Then you're going to see just a fucking open floodgate of talk and training and rep schemes and programs and just more than you can ever even watch all of. And that's what should cue you to sort of say, okay, there's a lot of information out here. What makes sense and what came out of this guy's ass? What sounds good and what sounds like it was AI generated um, by a first gen AI, right? This is nice. I like this. I'm going to try this. Oh shit, this works. This sounds stupid. I'm not going to do this. Get the fuck away from me. Those are the two broadest sides of the spectrum of your reaction to, watching training videos where somebody's talking about XYZ. So, I think basic premise that I'm trying to say, right, figure this shit out. Don't worry too much about, like, okay, I'm thinking about going to the gym this year, or I think I need to pick a new split. Okay, I'm gonna write out everything perfectly. I'm gonna figure out the exact most perfect split, the most optimal muscle. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Not fucking good, right? Practice makes perfect. Get in the gym, do a fucking copy your buddy's workout, just shadow him, do everything he does. Maybe watch some YouTube videos about dudes working out, copy some of their shit, right? Over time, you're going to become more proficient as a lifter, right? So don't be discouraged by the fact that as a beginner, you're a fucking beginner. You don't necessarily know all this shit. You don't know all the jargon. Like, of course, all these dudes making videos sound cool when they're talking about, so I really want to target the brachialis with these curls. So you're gonna want to supinate your hand, and at a 45 degree with about a 3-second with about a 3-second concentric, and then a 2-second eccentric on the movement. Really focus on the isolate. Whatever, dude. Come on, right? Let's get old school. Do a curl, do it hard, and do as many reps as you can. Right? And then work from there. Work from there. I think the the perversion of trying to train perfectly and with perfect technique and perfect execution and like a perfect routine and a perfect everything, I think that is not an awesome factor for at least the beginner lifting community. You know, you don't need to fucking try to teach somebody linear algebra if they don't know shit about trigonometry, right? If you tell somebody what cosine is, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Why would you teach them some random advanced shit? It's not even. There's just no point. You got to start from the basics, which should be very simple, very easy to understand, very digestible, and then as you get more and more advanced, you get more and more experience, then this more niche and very specific info that gets put out there in all these videos can become a bit more useful to you, right? So take with that what you will, you know. So really, don't get fucking too anal about this shit, right? You could just go into the gym and say, okay, I'm gonna do a weight on the Smith machine, which I can only get 10 reps for, and I'm gonna do that fucking 6 times, and then do 3 sets of pec flies. And if all those sets you went pretty fucking hard and you ate your protein, you're gonna get some fucking chest development. It's just right. Train hard, eat hard, sleep hard, and as long as those 3 factors are in a good state, a good level, and a good equilibrium, then expect results to come. Right? And actually, you shouldn't even expect it. You should just literally be seeing it happen right before your eyes. So that's all I'm trying to say there. Getting kind of riled up. I don't know why I'm so upset. Oh my goodness. I think I've been seeing too many, like, I've just been watching too much social media. I think that's my problem. But home, food, fuck ton of carbs. I'm probably gonna melt some orange sherbet and drink that after the next meal, which I'm probably just gonna recreate the pre-workout meal. Half-pound sirloin, followed by 5 servings of just a whole packet of, family-sized instant mashed potatoes, microwavable. So that's all I got, man. Cardio, even on a bulk, is highly beneficial. Don't forget it. I'll see you next time.